Sir George, Ma'am Cynthia, again, very sad day after we all learned the passing of the Pontiff. Balikan lang po natin, no? Nasaan po ba kayo kahapon when you heard about the news and yung initial reaction po ninyong dalawa?
Well, actually, right now we are in Canada. We just arrived in Canada 19, no? Or 20 na.
20.
In the Philippines, okay. So when we received the news, of course we are so, especially for me, I was so saddened by the news. I had really, we both really had a great encounter with Pope Francis, and it's really heavy in the heart. Yeah.
Yes. When I read the news, because my phone was ringing, that was early morning of Monday here. Oh,
Yeah,
Monday here in Canada. The phone was ringing incessantly, and when I checked on it, it's almost 1:30 in the morning, and then I saw that Pope Francis
Died already.
died, and I got that information. I have to touch my wife, Cynthia. Pope Francis died, and it was very sad moment for me and Cynthia.
Ma'am Cynthia, balikan ko yung sinabi mo na maganda yung encounter mo, no? Can you tell us more about this encounter with Pope Francis?
Well, during that time, we were actually, it was my husband who got that letter from the Vatican appointing him as an auditor in the Extraordinary Synod of Bishops 2014 regarding the challenges of the family. And we wrote again a letter to the Vatican requesting that I be part of that also, because we are couples for Christ. So we need to.
And the topics about families and marriages.
Yes. So Vatican responded positively, and then they sent us again another invitation or appointment letter from Pope Francis. And so we went there October of 2014.
So we were with Pope Francis for 2 weeks, 2 straight weeks. Every day we were with him the whole day.
Yes.
And we have been given a lot of time to be with him personally. And now it's being shown.
Yes.
Cynthia had that opportunity to have to be really up that close and have to embrace.
Yeah, because I said I will not go back to the Philippines without embracing the Holy Father. And so I printed a picture of my family, and then I asked the help of a priest in the Vatican to translate what I wanted to say, and I wrote it down under the picture. And then when I saw Pope Francis coming over to meet us, the lay people, I approached him, and then I showed him the picture, and I said, please bless the picture of my family, because you are blessing the whole Filipino family. And since we are representing the Philippines and Asia at that time, and at the same time, I asked the permission if I could embrace him, because that would be an embrace not just to my family, but an embrace to the Filipino people. And so he smiled at me. Actually, I had this picture of the gaze. I entitled
It's
it
being
"The
shown as
Gaze."
well.
When our eyes, our faces, no, are so close, and that he looked lovingly into my eyes, and then it was so penetrating. I couldn't forget it until this time. It is so refreshed. It is so fresh, and then he opened his arms, and then just like a father who is so excited also to embrace his daughter, so we embraced. And that was really a moment of encounter. I believe not just with Pope Francis, but actually an encounter with the Father in heaven. It was a foretaste of heaven here on earth. That's how I felt during the time. Yes.
Heaven and earth. Okay, I hope you don't mind if I ask this question po. Alam natin very controversial po yung ibang mga pananaw para sa ibang tao, lalo na sa mga conservatives itong Santo Papang ito. At although dinedefend pa rin niya yung indissolubility, no, ng sakramento ng kasal, more than any other pope, itong si Pope Francis ay took a more compassionate and more kumbaga pastoral at ginagamit yung word na discernment pagdating sa divorce At alam ko, sa Couples for Christ, no, talagang obvious naman yung stance ninyo against it. Pero itong Santo Papang ito ay upheld still the teachings of the church. Pero sinasabi niya na, ginawa niya ng paraan na mas masimplify yung, halimbawa, yung annulment process. Ano ho ba ang stance ng ninyo po dito, sir, ma'am?
Yes, for Couples for Christ, what the stand of the church is our stand as well. And we understand that there are marriages that are really very difficult and could no longer, the husband and wife could no longer be together. Thus, there is no divorce. We do not believe in divorce. The church does not believe in divorce. But they must lead separate lives. Thus, the annulment is there. So,
Yeah. However, of course, we do not subscribe to that as much as possible because what we wanted first is to have to do something about it. Pope Francis said, meet them where they are, meet people where they are, and try to journey with them. So we are advocating of walking with them first. Okay.
no. So what Cynthia is saying is that we in Couples for Christ would like to intervene to help those couple, probably to settle the differences that they have. Okay, for them to be able to look at each other the way they were looking at each other when they were courting. Okay, at the start of their marriage, so that they will have a renewed sense and love for their marriage.
For the
So that
spouse.
is for the spouse. So that's what we want to help them first. And really, if it would not be
Possible anymore.
possible anymore, then yes, why not?
The annulment
Annulment.
and the separation. Of course, this is a very hot topic. Ano, ang hirap po
Opo.
kasi because
Opo.
there are so many variables that has to be considered. No, there's no one fits all. But again, as much as possible, again, we do not subscribe to divorce as the last resort. We still believe that on the sanctity of marriage. But again, sasabihin pa rin namin, the stand of the church is always the stand of Couples for Christ.
Okay. Yung stance ni Pope Francis din, sinasabi rin po niya, yung Amoris Laetitia, noong 2016, sinasabi niya na imbis na, kumbaga, outright exclusion ay yung, kumbaga, ini-encourage po niya ang mga pari noon kumbaga, alalayan yung mga divorced and civilly remarried Catholics with discernment. Iyon ho ba tingin niyo ho ba nag-extend din hanggang sa inyo po, sa grupo po ninyo?
Yes, we do. Talagang we do our best, we give our all upang makatulong po sa mga kababayan po natin, hindi lang po sa members po ng Couples for Christ, kundi sa ating po mga kababayan na talagang humihingi po ng tulong, humihingi ng guidance. Kaya't marami po kami, we have a lot of leaders in Couples for Christ who are working in the Catholic Church itself, sa mga dioceses, at kasama sila there's a group,
Marriage Tribunal.
Marriage Tribunal po sa bawat parish or bawat diocese. And kung kaya't meron po mga request for such mga annulments, pinadadaan ho muna ng mga kaparian sa Couples for Christ upang for us to be able to work with them po muna. Talagang, sige, subukan muna natin, baka pwede na may ayos po natin lahat ito. So dadaan po muna sa amin, and really, if not, then pupunta na po sa mga kaparian for them to work on the process of that annulment. So talagang kami po ay nandiyan kasama po ng kaparian, ng simbahan, upang tulungan po yung mga mag-asawang maiayos po sana nila ang kanilang mga pagsasama ng marriage.
And then yung sinasabi niyo pong alalayan, we call it accompaniment. Po. So we try as much as possible nga na unawain yung sitwasyon nila at parati naming nasa isip yung binanggit ni Pope Francis na just meet them where they are because meron silang mga pinagdadaanan na kailangan may kasama sila no, aalalay sa kanila along the way sa journey nila in marriage, no. So, medyo tedious din po 'yun, mabigat din po na calling, ano po. At hindi din lahat ay parang kayang gawin, no, yung ganun po. So meron din po kaming mga counselors sa Couples for Christ tungkol po sa mga ganitong bagay. Yun. And then of course sa aming pong mga households, malaking bagay po, no, na may mga kasama kami doon na nag-open up sila, and we try to journey with them during our households. Meron po kaming mga one-to-ones, ganun na two-on-twos. And as much as possible, we try to do it, yun po, pag-alari sa kanila ng personal, in a very personal way.
Ma'am Cynthia, Sir George, madami pa sana tayong pwedeng pag-usapan, no? But for now, we have to leave it at that. I hope you can join us again in next time dito po sa ating programa. Thank you for joining us again. Thank you for your time. George and Cynthia Campos, full-time pastoral workers.
Thank you po.
Salamat po.